Hey guys, welcome back to the Sacred Raven TV. This is Jamie, and this is a continuation of our 40 Days and 40 Nights video 16. And for our empaths in training and video series for enjoying life, uh, today's topic was it's going to be creativity, but then I heard a voice say, talk about forgiveness and taking people for granted, you know. Do you take your loved ones for granted? The people that, or maybe loved one, somebody special in your life who's been there through thick and thin, through the worst times, where they sacrificed themselves in a way they never thought could happen. And stood by you, pushed you to always be your best, reminded you how beautiful you were or are, how much you had going for you, all the beautiful gifts that you had to offer, how talented you were and creative, how clever, how beautiful or handsome. The moments they dedicated to you, where they really sat and listened to you, looked you in the eye, gave you that deep, undivided attention, that deep listening. They call it empathic listening, by the way. Yep. It's the most prized and wanted, naturally. And it's a valued skill. Many companies and businesses look for this. But when you have somebody loyal and trusting, and they make a commitment to you, and they're there with you through everything, for years even, how do you treat them? The way you treat them will say a lot about how you treat yourself or see yourself. Because if you don't properly love yourself, you can't possibly love another person. Not in the right way. You know, you're supposed to put that person first, and they're to put you first. That way, nobody goes for any wanting. You don't demand and expect anything from that individual, then they're already giving. That's not how it works, you know. Love is a gift. And you never even know how much time you have with that individual. You know, you take them for granted today, they'll be gone tomorrow. You don't know. And in a world that we're living in now, where it gets increasingly more and more disloyal, people are fierce, narcissistic in a big way, slanderers, liars, connivers, judgers. And I can't stand people who judge and sit around and talk. That's one thing I don't do. I've got better things to do that has a higher quality and holds a lot more value to me than to sit around hatefully talking about another person. Even if I didn't care for them too much, it would say a lot about me as a human being to do that. There's a wonderful quote, and I don't know if I can quote it 100% correct, but it says something like this. That brilliant people, brilliant minds talk about ideas, philosophy, right? Average minds talk about current events, things they saw on the news, the weather. What do you think it says about people who talk about others? Yeah, low level intelligence. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. Those thoughts, they carry weight. They really do. Your words carry weight. Whether you knew that or not, I don't know. So many people don't read these days. It might be conspiracy. What I'm about to tell you, anyway. Right? To write, WRITE, was actually RITE. It was a ritual. Because you were about to create magic, right? What do you do when you write out a bunch of letters? You're spelling. It's a spell. You're casting a spell. Now, it's interesting to me that cursive came from the word curse. So, you can tell what type of spell that was. The Hebrew language is a three-dimensional language. Unlike the English language, which I think, unless they consider, yeah, they do, the numbers, then it's only two. Anyway, words have weight. Every time you speak, you're calling things into existence. They don't just go away. You think they just disappear? No. They're in the ether. There's parasites that live out there. They're like spiritual parasites. They like look translucent. They're so tiny, 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 tiny. Subatomic level. Oh yeah. So your words are very real. They're very alive. Your thoughts are alive. What you think, you create, you manifest. What you say about another person is not only hurting yourself, but you're trying to place hate upon them, and for what? That causes, those things cause disease, and they age you fast. When you're full of hate and anger, you get a low energy, causes depression, a weight, a heaviness. And it affects the water in your system, and you're 70 to 90% water. Water acts as a conductor to these thoughts and these intentions, these vibrations, which will either cast crystals to form these variations for the words that are said or intended, or it'll form into what looks like sickness, disease. And so you should probably really think about what you say, how you care about another, if you're taking them for granted. Just thinking they're always going to be there for you. That's not how it works. And these days, things are beginning to manifest faster and faster. The energy on the planet is changing. So, yeah, ask yourself, well, what have you got stored in here? Now, are you even self-aware? A lot of people, like narcissistic people, they are not self-aware at all. Why? Because they don't like to think. They don't think. They don't think they need to change. They're perfect as they are. So they never evolve. They never grow. And that's unfortunately much of the state that we're at. People mistreat one another. They have no sense of loyalty whatsoever. They judge you, thinking they know precisely what's going on with you. Even so-called friends. They'll listen to another person talk about you. Make up lies. Big lies. I don't care who it is. Could be the person's sister, could be the person's son, could be their neighbor. What kind of friend are you to not only listen to it and believe it, but to join in on it? Not a friend at all. But you are somebody who walks around casting dark spells and carrying hate in your heart. And why? You should be honest with yourself, really, and dig. Ask why. While you're at it, ask the universe to forgive you. And hopefully things can change things around for you. Because if you have no sense of gratitude, you can forget about everything else, because gratitude is right there with the vibration of love and joy and peace. Without gratitude, you'll get nothing else. You're nothing but a spoiled brat expecting things that you don't deserve. You can't treat somebody right. You don't have the mind to be thankful that you have that, because there's many people who are desperate for it. And so, anyway, those are my thoughts, and I wanted to share them. They need to get the scope of the seriousness. At least that's what I think. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. And I shall be back tomorrow with another life lesson video. Mostly things pertaining to us empaths. The things that they encounter and suffer in life. And if you suspect that you might be a highly sensitive individual because of problems, physical issues and ailments, maybe nervous breakdowns run in your family, there's a few places online in which you can take a personality test and find out. There's a Dr. Orloff, Judith Orloff, that you should go visit her site, because she will in fact have one that was put out by a doctor and that will probably be your best bet. Okay, I'm sorry, the dog. All right, until tomorrow. I love you guys.